right, let's see if this works. Hold on. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. Hello, everybody. This is my first Periscope, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Oh, hi, everybody. You know, I am kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl, and you know, I have no idea really what is going to come out of my mouth tonight. I just know that I'm tired and I'm emotionally drained, and when that happens, that is when God puts on my heart that I need to talk. And Lord knows that I am not good at very much, but I do know how to talk. But please, for the love of God, don't ask me to do a spreadsheet or anything like that. But you put me in front of an audience with something as passionate as I'm about as this, then I think tonight might be really, really good. I have no idea. Let's pray that that's what's going to happen. Yeah, no spreadsheets, I promise. I'm going to keep it kind of short because if you have an attention span like me, after about 10-15 minutes, you know, it's like, yeah. So I'm going to do more of these. I feel really weird doing this. Oh my gosh, keep the hearts coming. I know I'm not alone. Anyway, I'm not going to share my whole story or anything tonight. I'll get to that at a different time just because, you know, I've had to dig that up a lot lately, and I'm not going to lie, you know, I get asked a lot, maybe by many of you, that you want to know how I did what I did, how I do what I do every day. And, you know, a lot of you may or may not know the whole story. And, you know, for some of you, you see, not just me, but maybe other people that you are watching, and maybe they're moving at a pace in life, just in life, or their personal life, or anything, at a pace that, you know, gosh, you start to look at yourself like, God, I suck at life. I don't know about you, but that's how this girl rolled for 40-something years. And, you know, it started with a decision. And, you know, who I am today is very different than who I was a couple of years ago. And for those of you that knew me before, you know, you've seen the transformation, and it goes well beyond, you know, anything that you see in the spotlights. You know, a lot of you see the glory, but you don't know the whole story. And there's a lot of soul searching that happened and happens on a daily basis. And the thing that it started with was a decision. And, you know, 3 years ago, about this time, I had just laid my dad to rest. And when he was diagnosed with cancer on June 24th, that's when I was told about it, June 24th of 2012, and I lost him 12 days later, I was a changed person. And, you know, that just, when something like that happens, you just look at life very different. And although I'm sure many of you sitting out there, you know, you put on this strong front, or you play a part that everybody else wants you to see. And I'm not judging you, because Lord knows I could have won an Oscar most days on, you know, what I was. You know, if you wanted me to be, you know, your best friend, I could do that. If you wanted me to be a great mom, I could do that. If you wanted me to be a corporate powerhouse, I certainly could do that. And if you wanted me to be like a girl's guy, I could be that too. Or a guy's girl, sorry. You know, but often I just wasn't me. And, you know, after I lost my dad, I reevaluated everything. And, you know, I still came out of that wearing all those fronts. And, you know, it took about 2 months for me to hit rock bottom, and it was life or death. And I needed to make some changes. Thank you. Keep the hearts coming, because this is really hard for me. I just looked at it different. And, you know, I hit rock bottom, and it came down to a decision. I had to make some major changes in my life that were really uncomfortable, really, really, really uncomfortable, and they weren't popular decisions. And I was ridiculed and made fun of by people I cared about a lot, and it was really, really hard. But I knew that something had to change. And once I made that decision, you know, that wasn't dictated by whatever anybody else wanted from me, whatever the world wanted for me, but I had to be true to me and what God wanted for my life. And I knew that I was put here for more than what I was doing. And I knew that I was put here for more than what I was giving my kids. And so I made a decision to walk into the doors of a place all by myself, scared out of my mind. And, I made the decision that day to change, and I did. And it was hard, and I work on that every single day. Now, every day we're faced with decisions, and, sometimes we get all happy and we drink the Kool-Aid of whatever excites us today, and I think it's important to have what excites us today, but so often we get excited and then we fizzle out. We've made a decision and we spew it out to the world, and then what happens? So I'm here to tell you today that making a decision to be unstoppable is really, really important. And it took me 40 years to figure this out. So I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's not going to be messy. I'm not saying that, holy crap, you're going to lose some people that you really, really love along the way, because you just might. And I have. And, in this journey, the last 3 years, I'd like to say, I've lost some people I loved a lot. And I think about them all the time. And I'm grateful for their part of my story. I'm grateful for their part of the journey. And you need to understand that there are going to be times in your life where you are faced with a decision, and sometimes you got to cut the cord. And it's really, really hard. And I'm not gonna lie, there's some lonely times. I'm here in this big, beautiful place all by myself tonight, and it's lonely sometimes making those hard decisions, but they are the ones that not only change your life, but they give other people permission to step out onto that skinny branch first, And, one of those things that I learned in this last few years is that somebody has to go first. Somebody has to go first. We are always waiting for somebody else to do the hard stuff first. And I'm telling you right now, there is so much beauty that comes when you go first, and you become so relatable to people. And I'm gonna tell you, like, these people, this culture that I'm surrounded by now, it breathed life back into me when I couldn't do it for myself. And so what I try to do every day, and it's because of God. It is only by the grace of God that I am here today, that I need to give that back. I need to give it back to whoever I come in contact with, who I meet on the street, who I see at the store, an animal, anything, because this is a gift that we have. And, you can have all the money in the world. And I'm here to tell you, I've had lots of money at some point and I've lost it all. And I've been at rock bottom, not knowing how I'm going to have a roof over my head. And now here I'm in a position where I'm pretty successful, and I really wouldn't have to worry about money again. But is that really success? It isn't. It really, really isn't. When you are successful, in my opinion, is when you can impact the lives of another human being, or any animal, or anybody. But it comes with making that decision that you are willing. You are willing and open to do the scary stuff. And it is so hard. It is so hard, especially when you're all alone. And, I've been reflecting back. I've been asked to share my story a lot. And I don't like to go back to where it's so painful, because I'm not that same person. And, but I know that the power of that, part of my recovery program that I work on every day is staying reminded of where I was, because I never want to go back. And many of you may be in that position where life just is crap right now, whether it be your finances, your personal life, your job, whatever that looks like for you, maybe your health. And I know when you're feeling all alone in that, it's really, really hard. But I'm here to tell you, when you are transparent and vulnerable, and you make that decision that is unshakable and unstoppable, more people will come out of the woodwork and bless your lives in ways that you don't even know. And I'm going to tell you, 2 years ago, when I took this other journey on, I relied on these people that crossed my path to pour belief and love into me, because I was struggling to find it in myself. But I knew there had to be a better way. I knew it. And so maybe many of you tonight are sitting there thinking, this is too hard, or, my family thinks this is stupid, or, but when are you going to be true to you? And I'm going to tell you, the real success and the real freedom comes when you can lay your head on the pillow at night and know that you were 100% you, no BS. Just tell it like it is. I mean, if you know me at all, I am a straight shooter. What you see is what you get. You meet me out in the public, then, you know, I'm exactly the same person you see on Facebook or wherever. You know, and that's real success to me. And knowing that you have given somebody else permission to do the same. I've been blessed enough to be the first person to go. And, you know, it was a lonely road. And I walked into my first event all by myself. My whole world had been shattered just 2 days before, and I almost didn't go. And I know that if I didn't go, I'm not here. And if I'm not here, there are close to 17,000 lives that have been impacted just because I decided to share this with 2 people. And, you know, I would hate to think that if I hadn't gone first and made that decision to go first, what would have happened to not just me and my kids. My life looks very different if I don't do this and do this every day and work on me every day first, you know. But the other lives that have been impacted by this is unbelievable. And, you know, every day isn't easy. And, you know, money doesn't make things easier. There are lots of hard days, and I don't even call them hard days anymore. They're hard moments. And because everything's a choice. Everything's a choice. I can decide at any moment to turn it around. I can decide at any moment to not have a pity party for myself. I can decide at any moment that this is not how my story is going to end. And I don't know if maybe that resonates with you, but it all starts with a decision, and be unshakable with it. Who cares what anybody says? Who cares what anybody thinks? Because you know the truth. You know what's important to you, and you know the impact you can make on another life. And that is success to me. So I'm hoping to use this Periscope in a way, because so many of you may be on this thing. Keep the hearts coming. I love you too. I love you too. Many of you have reached out to me and, you know, struggling. You know, if you know my story, maybe you're struggling with stuff and you've reached out. And, you know, it's funny, I was talking with my assistant the other day and my son really got to get a glimpse on my passion for this, because I was given a new life. And I wish with everything I had that I had enough hours in the day to respond to everything that you guys write me or text me or message me, but I can't. I can't get to you all. So I'm hoping to use this Periscope in a way that I can touch more of you, that maybe I can help you. I love Joey too. Yeah. You know, after listening to me agonize over not being able to touch as many people as I wanted to in a day, he was like, Mom, you can't be so hard on yourself. You're doing the best you can. And so I resisted this Periscope thing because I am so not social media savvy other than Facebook, but I knew that I could use it in a way to help others. And I will keep doing that. I already know what I'm going to talk about next time, and it's going to be really, really good. Maybe not be as mushy, maybe a little more tough love, which I am known for. So, anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but I'm really, really excited for what's to come and the lives that are going to be impacted. Oh my gosh, your messages are so cute. Aww. I'm a hot mess. I'm not a natural. I'm just a hot mess, but thank you. But anyway, I appreciate all of you guys. Keep making the decisions that are hard and stand by them. And, you know, there are people that are going to down you. And this will be my final thought, I think, because I am a hot mess. And, you know, people are going to doubt you and people are going to criticize you. And I want you to know that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. And many of them are waiting for you to fail. They are watching you and waiting for you to fail so they can say, huh, I freaking told you so. And you know what? I had people that counted me out. I was tapped out, and I wasn't throwing my hand down. I was like, I'm not done yet. You know, I'm Irish, and I was born to fight. So even though it looked as though I was down and out, I was ready to fight, and I was going to stand true in my decisions. And like I said, it left me alone at the end, and that was okay. And I want you to know that you don't have to do this alone, and you've got lots of people around you. You've got all of us here that care about you. There's always somebody that you can share your story with, that somebody will be impacted by it. So keep sharing your story. Know that there is power in doing that. And you know, a lot of people are scared to be transparent. They're scared to be vulnerable. And you know, me being vulnerable before got me hurt a lot. And so when this journey started, I was really scared to be vulnerable, and I'm still scared to be vulnerable. I'm not gonna lie, this is really, really scary for me right now. But when you are vulnerable, there's power in that. You can use that for power in a good way, not just like a power trippy thing, but in a way to help other people. And it is empowering for everybody around you. So anyway, I don't know. I hope that was good. Show me some love, please. Is anybody left out there, or did I scare you all off? I got another Periscope coming out probably in a few days, and I think it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be kind of taken off on making decisions and sticking to that. We're going to talk about smashing those masks, and that's where it gets really, really fun. So I hope you guys have, oh my gosh, I'm reading all your cute messages. I'm so ADD, I can't stop reading. Anyway, I love you all. You can find me on Facebook, you know, and I love all your beautiful comments and, you know, all your beautiful messages. And yes, when you do good, you do good. So I love you, and we will see you soon. I don't know how to turn this off. Bye.